Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for the organizers for inviting me to this discussion. I don't have a PPT right now, but I'll be speaking about our experiences with Swamitva project. You all know that this is one of the prime project launched by Government of India for mapping the unmapped Abadi areas across India, about 3,50,000 villages. And the work is almost complete. Since 5 years we are working. It started during COVID, and despite many hurdles, we were successful. I would like to tell one of the theme of this conference is integration of AI and GIS and use of drones. Perhaps we are into that. Actually, with Swamitva, the primary aim was to capture the property boundaries using the drone. Survey of India was given that responsibility. They have flown the drone, and then it was validated in the Gram Sabha, and the boundaries were drawn, and they were integrated. That is the one primary use of this drone survey under Swamitva, to give, because in Abadi areas they were not surveyed before, because that was not the priority of then British government, and later on also, because they were not fetching any revenue for the government. So all the Laldora areas or Gauthan areas, they are called. All these areas are mapped by Survey of India, and your property cards are prepared and they are distributed. About already 1 crore property cards have been distributed right now. About 3 lakh villages are already surveyed, and the data is available. So we thought that when we have this valuable resource, how this can be used for Gram Panchayat development planning. So what we did was, using AI and ML tools, we have extracted actually what Survey of India was giving a very limited area of the drone flown area. The drone flown area is about, it varies from about 1 kilometer to 500 square meters. But the Abadi area is very small, about 200 or 150 square meters. And they are only giving the property boundaries. They are not giving anything else. Though we shared a schema with Survey of India, they were not providing all the data. So we have used AML tools for extracting the building footprints, extracting the road network, extracting the water bodies. These are the 3 key areas. We have already floated a tender. It is under finalization. We'll be using that for extracting your location of different tube wells, whatever is visible, because 500 scale is a very good scale. Even where the distributed transformer is located, if there is a water tank around, all those features will be captured this. And we have created tools for the Gram Panchayat to use. One of the tool is, you all know about one more scheme of Government of India, which is called PM Suryaghar Yojana, where individual households are allowed to set up this your solar things, and then you can give it back to the grid, and you can get some subsidy from the government, because many governments are giving nowadays subsidy to the households. Like Delhi, you have a electricity subsidy. Instead of giving a subsidy, government thought that why can't I put a solar panels on roofs and give them some subsidy for setting up these solar roofs, so that they get some benefit out of it. It is, and also the utilization, it will also in a way go towards sustainable angle, which government is also promoting. So what we did was, using the AML tools, we have identified rooftops by their classification, whether it is a RCC roof, whether it is a tiled roof, whether it is a other type of roof, thatched roof or whatever. And then we have used the area of that, and then actually we got it validated by getting the shadow analysis done by organization called C-Step. And we have identified a certain area of that, 90% of the area, because generally in villages there is not much of a shadow area. It is plainly visible. So you can calculate how much electricity you can generate. So at the one instance for a particular uh, village, you can calculate how much power you can generate using solar things. Second one is, using the same concept, we have created a property tax calculator. In case you want to collect property tax, actually not many states do it. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, they are doing it to some extent. And AP also has some scheme, but not many states are doing it. But since government is promoting what is called own source funding for the Gram Panchayats, this is one area which they can think of, and they can also exempt some properties. They can see how much area is having and to which areas. If a house, only big houses they can identify, only rooftops having RCC they can take, and based on that they can do a property tax calculator, and then they can discuss with the in the Gram Sabha, and they can decide what kind of taxation they can do. So that is the second application we are promoting. Third one is, because we know the road width. You know, in when you use Google, you don't know the road width, and once you go into a village, you get struck. What we are doing is a vehicle navigation tool. We shall tell which vehicle can go where. If you want to take an ambulance, if you want to take a fire tender, what route it should take. So it will indicate whether based on the width of the vehicle, which vehicle can travel and which vehicle cannot travel, so that you can choose your kind of vehicle which you want for navigation. So these are some of the applications we are promoting, and perhaps we'll also be doing, actually we are now we have a DSM data from Survey of India. We'll be converting that into a DTM using again some kind of AI process. Perhaps we can explore the Trimble the tool, explore that to do some more things. But we plan to create a DTM and tell them how they can do a drainage planning. So where the power point will be and what kind of a drainage network you can plan. So only drone data, it gives you many opportunities for creating many geospatial applications. So that way, and apart from that, perhaps mining, there is very good use of drones as well as applications of drones. We are associated with Indian Mining Bureau located at Pune, and we are helping them in doing this. We are formulating at the policy level. We are formulating how they should use drone data for analyzing how much output has been created, how much mining output has been created. Actually, there are some guidelines which are already available, and we are working with them to integrate that data for all these analysis. The third one is, I am associated with Fertilizer Ministry, where now Drone Didi scheme Prime Minister has launched. So there also government is promoting use of drones for now spraying of fertilizers. Basically that scheme is, perhaps it will increase the utilization of drone usage across India, because government wants to promote. Actually, government does only promotional thing, but rest of the things one has to take. And there are many drone applications which are coming up in government, which you would have heard about DOLR talking about mapping the peri-urban areas. I think government of UP is also very gung-ho on doing a mapping of peri-urban areas, but that is the area where a lot of government land is laying, which they want to protect, and they also want to develop in a proper way. Actually, what is happening is, like, since now Abadi area is properly mapped and property can be sold and bought, that is one thing which will add. There should not be any kind of slums getting developed into future cities in a way. If you do the proper mapping of the villages, peri-urban villages where population growth and urbanization is taking up. So that is the next focus of government, where many policies will be coming up. And for Ministry of Panchayati Raj, we are also doing drone mapping and LIDAR mapping for doing a 3D of 34 Gram Panchayats, where we'll be doing actually Ministry of Panchayati Raj is collaborating with some specialized institutions like School of Planning and Architecture spread across India, and also CEPT University and other universities who are specialized in architecture. And we are doing a 3D planning and giving them some data so that they can plan these 34 Gram Panchayats in a proper manner. They can enable the Gram Panchayats to do a planning at their level. So these initiatives, this is the only beginning of one of the initiatives. I hope that this will go much forward. And many states like Haryana, as I was mentioning, Haryana, AP, Karnataka, they are doing end-to-end drone mapping. So that data is very useful. It can be used not only for creation of land records. The basic aim of all these schemes is creation of land records. But the same data can be utilized if AML tools are used for feature extraction. So it can create many opportunities for doing many other things. So my focus of this talk is restricted to e-governance applications. So I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity, and I foresee perhaps we are now working with Amrut cities also. So I foresee lot of drone flying which is happening and lot of data being captured, but proper utilization of data will also happen by using these tools like property mapping in urban areas. You can do many things in urban areas. Actually, rural, the opportunities are less, but urban, there are multifaceted opportunities which everybody can do is. And next 5 years, I think drone industry has a field day. They can do lot of things. Lot of drone flying will happen. Apart from drone flying, there will be lot of applications which will be built on this drone data. Thank you. I think one more thing which is happening right now, which Ministry of MNRE is doing, is mapping of 120 cities with the same purpose of solarization they are doing. And I think that activity is being taken up by C-STEP, a organization headed by Professor Arunachalam in Bangalore. And they are being funded by Bloomberg for drone mapping. And that data, they are also giving a shadow analysis and telling people if they want to install the solar panels, how much solar panels is feasible, how many solar panels they can use. And that is part of the Suryaghar Yojana, PM's Suryaghar Yojana. And their aim is only 1 crore households, but perhaps it will take off and it will definitely expand further. Thank you. Thank you.